Hey, welcome back to Lempens Cocktails. Tonight we're going to make the Navy Grog. This is the Don the Beachcomber original tiki drink created in 1941 at his Don the Beachcomber restaurant in California. Don the Beachcomber, or Don Beach, was the godfather of tiki. He created the entire movement with all these great rum mixtures, or rum rhapsodies as he called them, to really just push, how delicious rum could be, how multi-layered it could be, and really just how interesting you could make drinks in general. And so I want to make the Navy Grog because this is my last episode that I'm going to film here in Guam. Tonight I've got to tear the bar down and get ready to move back to Japan and back to my apartment, which I'm very excited to do. But I've had a great time in Guam. It's been fun doing this whole tiki series here with my little bar, and I wanted to cap it out with what I thought would be the most appropriate drink, the Navy Grog. And the Navy Grog is so good to me because it layers all my favorite types of rum with honey and lime and grapefruit juice. It's just, honestly, it's a perfect tiki cocktail. Tonight, I'm going to use the Real McCoy 10-year for my light Barbados rum. I'm going to use Worthy Park 109 for my Jamaican rum. And then finally, for the Demerara rum, I'm going to use Lemon Heart 151. Now, as you can see, these are all higher proof rums. These are all going to be really powerful, really potent, and I think this is going to be an absolutely delicious cocktail. So let's go ahead and shake it up. We're going to start it out with 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce of grapefruit juice. Now originally this would have called for white grapefruit juice, but that's really rare and I have never seen one in Guam yet, so I'm using normal ruby red, which honestly isn't as good. It's not as sour, but it still makes a great cocktail. Then we're going to use 1 ounce of our honey syrup. I'm using a 1:1. A 2:1 would also be pretty good. Now for all the rums, this is the fun part. 1 ounce of our Barbados rum, the Real McCoy 10-year. Calls for 1 ounce of Jamaican rum, Worthy Park 109. Delicious, dark, flavorful. Can't go wrong. Now for the Demerara rum. I'm going to use Lemon Heart, 151. The original recipe calls for 1 full ounce, but I'm only going to use like a little over half because this is so powerful and I don't want it to overtake the drink. So I'm going to do a fat ½ ounce of Lemon Heart 151. All right, we'll add in our ice. I'm just going to add in a little bit to start, a little bit of pebble ice. I'm going to serve this on ice. It's going to be great. 5 to 10 seconds. A little bit extra for good luck. All right, let's go ahead and pour this into our glass. And then one last ingredient that's called for is 3/4 of an ounce of a soda water. If I can get this thing open. And this is just to lighten it up, add some carbonation, a little bit more dilution, because these are some heavy rums. I'm going to keep topping that up with more nugget ice until this gets nice and full. And for our garnish, I'm going to add a little grapefruit slice, a lime wheel. You know what? Let's go all out. It's the last drink here. Let's put an umbrella in there too. Of course, got to drink it. Let's add a straw. All right, the Don the Beachcomber Navy Grog. Let's give it a try. As always, I think this is such a rich, bold, flavorful, and honestly, no holds bar rum drink. You really just get rum up front. Even I only used a ½ ounce of that 151. Those burnt Demerara, flavors are right up front, providing a bold undertone. And then the funkiness of the Worthy Park 109, also delicious. Honestly, the Barbados does get a little bit overpowered by the other 2 flavors in this, but still this is a very rummy, funky, delicious drink. And even though we have an 1.5 ounces of citrus, honestly, the rum is still way, way, way stronger. And I really love this drink. I think this is almost a perfect tiki drink. It's definitely one of my favorites, right behind the Mai Tai, if not right ahead of the Mai Tai. They're kind of neck and neck, honestly. They're both delicious drinks. This is one of those, if you go to a tiki bar and order this, you're gonna have to be careful because there's a lot of rum in here and you might not notice it so much, but it'll hit you faster than you think. And I think there used to be like a limit of 2 on these, like the zombie. Maybe not, but I don't have more than 2 of these when I go to a tiki bar because you'll feel it. Trust me, I have made that mistake before. The Navy Grog is delicious, and Trader Vic actually kind of ripped it off and made his own with a different ingredient mix. So leave me a message in the comments, let me know what you prefer better, the Trader Vic version or the Don the Beachcomber version. I enjoy both, but I do think this one's better. Cheers. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time back in Japan.